Hi there, guys. This is me getting ready to go to the mail with Trevor. He has some packages he's got to send out. I am putting my baby together later. I'm going to do a video on that. Excuse me. There's my Wally in the background sitting on the little love seat. Hi, Walster. He's got his toy now. So anyway, yeah, so here's me putting the baby together. Boop. Hi guys, watch. No light, light, no light, light. How do you change it? When I worked at Sears Portrait Studio, you would get people to lower their head. I'd take a picture and I'd go a little bit lower. As soon as I didn't see the light in their eyes, in their glasses, I would take the picture. But if I lower this, and make this taller, still not gonna work. So basically I gotta do my videos without my glasses. Oh my, I'm in the kitchen today. I have finished my sweetheart. So this is the little baby. I've been, oh, her hair's all messed up. From sitting, she's bed, whatever you want to call it. But this is the little baby I recently finished. I call her, but to me she looks more like a boy. Probably the way I did the hair. I rooted it to the side, which I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to root it down and then push it to the side, but I rooted it to the side. Anywho, it is what it is. This little baby I am going to put together while we have a chat. So let's do that. And let's take the glasses off. Hi guys, can you believe that I got all ready to put this little angel together? And I don't have pantyhose. So I'm going to put the limbs together and everything together. And then I'll have to go back and do the head and the body. Can you imagine the nerve of me? Huh. So I am going to fill the limbs. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wellness Wednesday or Let's Walk Together Wednesday or something. And I never participated. I should. So I filled it up about halfway. I am debating if this, oh, that was kind of dumb, wasn't it? You can hear my Layla because she wants in here, but I'm not letting her in. Where they can't be is where they want to be. If I just left the door open, I don't even know if she would come out here. This is what's so weird. So, did I just fill it, empty it, and fill it again? I will have to rewash this because I think that's exactly what I did. Limbs. And you can hear those bells because that means the little buggers want to go outside. My gosh. This bugs me. I wanted to get her all completed. For him, because it looks more like a blonde him. So I'm debating this one here if I'm actually going to try to put this baby on my Facebook page and offer him or her up for sale. So that's the debate. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, but once again, I'm not totally, I don't see perfection, right? And that's me. But I think he's super cute, and I think he would be really good to put up for sale. I have no idea what I would sell him for. He's actually the Leah kit. I purchased him a Bountiful Baby. I cannot find, I don't understand why I bought 2 of these kits, and I don't understand why there's no COA. I mean, COAs are even now more important than they were in the past before all these replica kits were made. And I'm not against replicas, I'm just saying if you want to sell them, you need to specify if you're, if you're painting a replica kit or an actual authentic kit or what you're doing. This is an authentic kit, and because of that, I want to have the COA to go with it. But what do you do if the company doesn't send you a COA? What do you guys do? I mean, do I make a copy of my receipt where I bought it? Or, I mean, it's written right on the neck, Bountiful Baby, Leah Kit, Bountiful Baby. Now, does the replicas have Bountiful Baby written on them? They probably don't, so that's probably a good thing. But a lot of people want that COA. They really do. I mean, I like them. I mean, that's what I want. And I don't like it when they don't have them. I mean, does it lower the value of the doll? Because there's always this question in the mind of the person, is this an authentic kit or not? I mean, it would lower it if they were, only wanting authentic kits. So most people, when they're buying it from an artist, it's exactly what they want. If they want a replica kit, they'll buy a replica kit. Or they'll buy a replica doll and spice it up a bit or something. But an actual baby for hundreds of dollars, they want it on an authentic kit. I know I do, so what do you do? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys do? Woo! Get in there. Lost for words. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like my shirt. Today I didn't feel like cooking anything, which is most days, but we ordered in and got a pizza today for supper. No, Leilu, you're not coming in. She's banging at the door because the kitchen door, we have kind of like a sliding door, and I have that when I have the Airbnb. No! No, Layla! And I know it's her because she's the only one that would do it. And because when we had the Airbnb, I would come up from the basement where we slept and stuff, and I would make the breakfast here and bring it out. We had like a dining room set in the living room. It's kind of the way we did it. And this doesn't feel like, this could use some more. So yeah, so I still have the sliding door, so I have it locked right now. Because when we had the Airbnb, we were downstairs, our rooms and our living space and stuff like that. And then we would come up here in the kitchen, the door would be locked. And if we needed the washer, we'd utilize the same space. So it was it was an Airbnb, but it was really a bed and breakfast, really, when you think about it, because we provided breakfast and everything. We just like to have our own complete space. And I really didn't want people wandering in the kitchen and stuff, you know. And I didn't want to see anybody in their towels and stuff, you know. So I got the right one, which is 3585 from Manical Baby Body. I had a body out here earlier, but it wasn't the right body. It was from a replica kit body. And these bodies are good. They come with all the attachments. Sounds like someone is in the front door coming through. I think that's Trevor now, because he was outside. Now he's coming in. You know, it's near impossible to do a video here, out here. Yeah. I gotta go back to doing them in the bedroom. Even though my baby room is such a small quarters, I'm gonna have to, because this does not work. It does not work. I apologize for all the racket in the background. Oh my gosh. You guys have that. Do you guys have a specific place where you do your videos? I laugh my ass off sometimes when I watch people's baby videos. And they're in the bedroom sometimes. And people are like, no, don't come in. I'm in here. Close the door. Blah, blah, blah. Especially the people that don't edit. And I don't think I'm going to edit a whole lot of this. I can see the door moving back and forth. It's Laylu. Laylu!
It's Trevor.
What do you want?
I want my stands in there. My step stool.
Your step stool?
Yeah. Gray one.
Oh my God.
I think it's in the bathroom.
I put it downstairs.
You what? Put it downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, sweetheart. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, you guys can laugh at that. How in the world did you... When I had the baby one, when I did it in the baby room, I call it my baby room, but it's a very, very small space that I have packed solid. Anywho, I would lock the door before I would do a video, right? And a lot of times I put music in the background so you don't hear a lot of the rack, but they would come to the door and they would try to open the door and stuff. And sometimes Trevor, I would forget to lock and he would walk in, but that wouldn't happen that often. But I can hear him going downstairs. But yeah, it was a lot more private, so despite the small space, I just knew putting the baby together, you need more of an open space. You hate being so crowded. Gets everybody something to laugh about, I think. So there, coming together. Oh, this Leah kit is super cute. You want to make sure the limbs move. And arms. Now I don't have the weight in the body and the head because I definitely got to fill that. with pantyhose when I get those. My gosh, I thought I had a crazy amount, but I guess not. But I'm going to stuff her and then add the weight after I get it together. Because I'm just kind of excited to see Leah together. We'll call her Leah. This content is quite boring for you guys, I imagine, because it's just me laughing at the distractions in the area. That's what it is. But anyway, it is what it is. Like, what do they think I'm doing in here, actually, that they have to come in here and check it out? Like Layla, does she think I'm in here eating a bunch of snacks and she can't get to them? Or is it just because she wants to know what's going on? Layla, you're not coming in here. No. Oh my gosh, Layla. So of course I'll be taking some of the stuff out when I put some beads in here. Although some people like light babies, I like heavy babies, and I like my babies to be heavy. If anybody hasn't been on this channel before, I have 3 dogs. I have a lab. I have a husky mix, which is Canadian Burrell dog. A few breeders got together and I think they got a husky, a Siberian husky, and started breeding them to try to get closest to the actual first dog, I guess, and created their own breed. It's not a recognized breed like with the Canadian, Kennel Society, as far as I know, or it'd be a little different, but it definitely is a breed that use a fancy. It's definitely a different breed. And if you go on their website, there was controversy after I got the dog because they said I got her a little bit older, and they said she had all her vet needles and stuff. And come to find out, these needles that she had, or the vaccinations that she had, are actually stuff that they purchased from, like, say, some company themselves and vaccinated the dogs at home. It wasn't an actual vet. And it really bothered me because I didn't know how good that immunization would be because it was expired. When I seen the actual pictures and stuff, it was an expired I'm not going to put too much in because I'm going to be putting weighting in there. Like, I got all this weighing, but yeah, so it was an expired actual immunization and stuff. But anyway, if you looked on their site, the Canadian Burrell, it's just Burrell dogs, or I don't know exactly what they're still calling themselves. She went trashing me online and all this stuff, saying that I was trying to over vaccinate the dog and all this, and I got my vet to contact her vet. She was in Ontario to make sure to find out what vaccinations, and I guess the first set of vaccinations was done by the vet. But because this dog was older when I purchased her, she was into her second set of vaccinations, and that was not completed by the vet, but by the lady at home, for which she tried to pass it off that it was all done. But it was an expired vaccination, because that's what she sent me as proof, a picture of the expired, because you take the little stickers off and you stick it on. Anyway, I won't get into all that, but it was an expired it was an expired. I didn't put enough stuff in her because I am going to add stuff to her. Oh my God, she's cute. Oh. Yeah, so it was an expired actual vaccination, immunization that they vaccinated with, or whatever the stuff is, it's expired. So my vet contacted her vet and they said, we can't speak about anything about the second sets of vaccinations. The first sets are good, they were done here. I asked my vet, does that mean that Layla is not properly immunized? Does that mean, like, because it's expired, we don't know too much about it? She goes, well, she's not an actual vet, we don't know too much about it. Probably best to vaccinate her a second time again. And because I had these records, but the records showed that the second set were expired. Don't know too much about dogs. So I did that, bring that to her attention, and I thought that was really, really bad business to actually do that. And she, I don't know, she started trashing me online because I did get the dog vaccinated again. And I wanted some compensation for that because she basically was selling a dog that was passing it off as something that it wasn't. All she had to do was say, I vaccinated the dog at home with, these vaccinations that I purchased online, and I noticed that they're expired. I just want to let you know. I'll knock off $50 or whatever, and you can get a revaccinate if you want, or blah, blah, blah. Just be upfront, open, and honest. That's all I expect when it comes to business, right? Any business practices, upfront, open, and honest. Doesn't that make sense? Of course it makes sense. That's what you want, that's what you expect, and that's what you actually deserve. You don't need to be worrying about if someone is honest. And it's really a bad situation because when you think about it, it's what creates people to be so skeptical nowadays. Like, you're skeptical, like even with the babies, for an example. Is it a legitimate kid? How can it be? It doesn't have a COA. How do I know you didn't buy this kit somewhere else? How do I know this? How do I know that, right? And so it's pretty bad that that's the kind of world that we live in, that we really have to be concerned about honesty of others. But for the most part, my mindset is I don't trust like I used to. I am not a trusting person towards other people. Hence why I haven't purchased any other babies except for In Love with Reborns, because I did a lot of research and I watched them for a very, very long time, and I paid attention to that really well prior to purchasing. Did I look all kinds of places? Of course I did. But my gut was telling me to really be cautious, because I also seen a lot of videos where people were scammed, where people did get something that they didn't think it was, or something like that, right? So you really have to be careful. And unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. So I kind of got away from the dog thing. So yeah, anyway, she wouldn't give me anything, and she went on her Facebook group going on how I can't believe I sold that dog to that lady who's revaccinated. So that dog's going to have two sets of vaccination records from the second vaccination. 2 sets. She's putting that dog in jeopardy, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, all the people that love her to death, and they just think everything she's saying is 100% truth. They never take a second to think that possibly what she is saying might not be true. Anywho, they're all there. Oh, that's terrible. Is it possible? Can you try to get the dog back legally? Do you have a legal right to try to get the dog back and all that? And she's like, well, I'll never sell any pups to her again, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what is wrong with people? I am so full of respect for individuals who are open, honest, and direct in what they're saying. That you can trust them, because it's very hard to trust in the business world. It's very hard to trust in your work world, because I got frigged over for that. And I thought that the government, actually in the human service world of human rights, that was something I could trust. I could trust that they would do the right thing. It didn't happen. I thought I could trust that the labor board would do the right thing. It didn't happen. So it's unfortunate that I came out of that situation, especially, that if there comes a time that I actually go into the workforce again, which I hope I never do. Oh my God, she's beautiful, guys. Look at her. I don't know if I can sell her. I love her hair. Her hair turned out so well for me. I'm gonna set her here. I gotta go get the clippers to clip her. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. So I was saying that it's really frustrating that it ends up to be that circumstance affected me to the fact that I cannot and do not trust wholeheartedly, because I always did. And I wouldn't trust a workplace that they're telling me what they're telling me, because I really felt like that at least a government agency like Human Rights and the Labor Board would do what was right. That it wouldn't come down to, well, we've been overrun with COVID and we have so many people that are putting in cases and we have to go through them quickly, and we've gone through so many, workers, like caseworkers or whatever, that takes on different cases for human rights. And we limited it down, and the lawyer is now taking over because we're so overwhelmed with the cases, and we're only looking at cases that have are of the popular of human interest right now. What are the humans interested in right now? What are the Canadian people interested in? Well, they're not really interested in human rights case regarding mental health, are they? You know, and basically that's how mine got shifted aside. Even though it was a human rights, I was told they were violated. The only way I could proceed forward was to get a lawyer. And what? You don't have a job, so you have to what? Put up your house? And it's ridiculous that actually, companies know this. That's why they drag this on for so long. That's why they deny, even though you have paperwork upon paperwork upon paperwork that they're not telling the truth. And not only your paperwork from other people and other ex-employees and stuff like that they were treated poorly. And that's what it comes down to. And it's really sickening to the fact that you put your whole life into something. You're very passionate about it, can't you tell? This really gets me emotional because I am very passionate about it. And that because of all that, and because the good didn't come out in the end, and the right thing didn't come out in the end, and what should have happened wasn't the outcome, and that I was trashed because of it within my hometown. And the doggy woman trashed me. I'm kind of like, the problem was with them, not with me. I know in my heart what is right. I don't need everybody else. It's nice that you could prove, it's not even prove, I already know that I wasn't in the wrong, that they were. I already know that. However, there's always a part of you that wants the public, the general public, especially your coworkers and people that know you to really see that. But I do feel that there's a lot of coworkers that feel that anyway, or ex-coworkers. How did I get on this sidetrack rant about this that gets me all steered up? Because I do have quite a compassion for that, and I do think that the Canadian government, and I don't know about the US government or anywhere else in the world, but they do have to make mental health in the workplace a major priority. They have to. There's too many people having to go off work and treated not fairly. And you do have workers' compensation. You do have the labor board, but the labor board basically is just set up for physical issues, right? Or if you're fired on the spot or something and it wasn't legitimate, then yes. But, you know, the labor board, the way it wants to go is basically, you know, you got to go through, your health, because I had insurance through work, I'd have to go on longer and longer disability till I was ready to go back to work, right? But this is what no one could understand. I was very much ready to go back to work. My psychologist said I was ready to go back to work. My doctor said I was ready to go back to work. I was ready to go back to work. I just needed a different area to work in. I could not go back to the place where I was working. The environment I was working in was not very good for my mental health. It put me in the state that it did. Doesn't matter if it's temporary. Doesn't matter if it's only a few hours a day you have to be that way. And, you can come up and ask for help if you need it. Oh, yeah, that really makes me feel really good as a staff. Come on up and ask for help if you need it. You know, like, do you think the people I'm supporting are really going to feel like I'm a person to support them? Oh, my sweet Lord, they're fucking stupid. Anyway. Sorry, I'm picking glue. So that was dumb. Anyway, and then, I think I got on this rant because I was talking about Layla and I was talking about all that. But yeah, the baby doggies, the Canadian Burrell dogs, Borel, beautiful puppies. They do look very wolf-like. And their mindset, I think, is very much like that because they're more hunters because Layla has, she got the squirrel. She killed 2 birds. And I guess other dogs do that too, but it seems like when you watch her, she's right still like a cat and then she just goes for it, right? She's just, and she's got blue eyes. So when she very rarely gets upset, but then when she does get upset, and she's very scary looking. She looks like a devil dog. She gives me, Wally's a lab. He's a goofy bum wagon, big heavy tail wagging puppy. Doggy. He's a dog now, but I've never felt scared with him when he's kind of growled at the other dogs over a toy or something. He's very possessive. He'll snap at them. He doesn't want to share anything. But I've never looked at his face and thought, oh, that's scary looking. But with her, she looks scary. And she's not very swift in the mind. Like for training, she's not very swift. Yes, I did say that. And she's not banging at the door anymore. And I think that's how I got distracted. I got talking about her, got talking about the breed, got talking about the lady and the company and the breeder, then got switched over to how I feel about trusting people and moved from there over to my work. Yep, that's what happened. Anyway, you want to trust people. And I always did. I always took the good first until the trust was broken. And then it was different. Now, when it comes to business, work, people I don't know, I just always am very cautious, overly cautious. So people can tell me things, but that doesn't mean I trust it. I will ask a lot of questions. I will think about it, hum and haw, go back. I'll ask more questions. So if people want to do that with me, with this baby, I'm all good with that. I totally understand where people can be coming from. And maybe it's best that someone purchase the baby that's local. They can actually come and see her and touch her and look at her. And then there's no shocking. Because the last thing I'd want to do is for someone to purchase my baby and it goes somewhere And they open it up and they're like, well, that's not the kind of baby I thought it was. Oh my word, look at this. Oh, and look at that. And look at the fingers are not like that. That's a poor, poor painting job. Isn't that terrible? Oh my gosh. Do I want that like that? So, I mean, this is not a perfect baby. It's not. And maybe that's why I've been so nervous to sell. Because I know people want perfection. And that's why I wouldn't sell the baby for $400 plus or $500 or $6. I wouldn't do that because this is not perfection. This is new artwork. It is my artwork. Do I see the flaws? Yes. Do I see a lot of flaws? Oh yeah. When I look at the different flaws, can I see how I tried to compensate or do whatever? Yes. I'm being open, honest, and willing. So I really would like whoever purchases this baby that they purchase it local so they can look at her. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to show her once I get her dressed and clip her little things off. And I feel that she is 100% worth the price, which is going to be very reasonable, which I have not decided on yet. So, and if I end up keeping her and no one wants her, that's all good too, because she's the best rooting hair I've done. Is it perfect rooting hair? No. Do I have a lot to learn? Oh yeah. So 1 minute, I gotta go get the clippers. So hi guys, I am here. This is little Leah. And like I said, she'll have more stuffing and everything in her. Once I get the pantyhose to fill her with the weighted beads, and she'll have weighted beads like this in her head and in her body, and she'll be weighed to feel like a real baby. So I'm going to use these clippers and clip her, making sure her legs are good. Clip these little tags off. I like to get it really close. Why is it? Oh yeah, I gotta turn it around this way. And I don't want anybody, I'm just gonna tuck that in. You see how that's coming out? You can tuck it right in so it's not in the way. I don't want anybody to think that I'm bitter. That time is over for me. When I'm talking about my work situation, that's over. But I think that just brought it up when I was talking about trusting, you know. And that's what it did. It ruined my trust into the system that's supposed to be there for you. And that's why we have lawyers, I guess. But who can afford lawyers, right? I wasn't willing to put up my house for that. Oh my goodness, Leah, you're such a sweetheart. Okay, now, how's her arms doing? I want to make sure her arm is a little bit tighter than what there we go. Okay. And make sure that her head is good. Yeah, her head moves good. I got to take her head off anyway. So I should tighten a little bit because not too much. So you're watching me do all this. This is the world of doll making. And see, it's not, I didn't put stuff in here because I'm going to be putting weight in here, which is going to push this up. So there. She'll be all weighed perfect. So when I go to weight her, I'll just take her head off and I don't need to take her limbs off, but her head And I fill some pantyhose with weight, and I put it inside here, and I put it to the back of her head, so her head will flip back like a baby when you hold her. So let's get her dressed. I'm just going to put a little bit of some clothes on her right now. Her arms up there. Oh my gosh, she turned out so sweet. I am going to put some diapers on her, a diaper on her. Look at the friggin' dogs out there. She probably should have had a newborn diaper. I got a one on her, and it's a little big on her. Oh my. And for her clothes, I just picked out a onesie that I had that's having a whale of a time. It's pretty unisex, I would say, whatever you wanted to, if you wanted the baby to be a girl or a boy. I feel it's pretty unisex. And I'm putting on her a new Christmas sleeper, just because Christmas is around the corner. Will I do a box opening with her? I haven't figured that one out yet, and that'll reflect the price. And if I do a box opening, it'll be a small box opening probably. We'll see. Oh my gosh. And as you see, her head is not moving the way it would move because she has no weight in it. So that would look different. So I have this beautiful Carter's Christmas newborn outfit I'm going to put on her, and it's new. And I think this Christmas outfit goes for a little boy or a little girl. Her kit name is Leah. There's not too many babies that I see as a boy, but I see this baby as a boy, but that's all I see. And you know what? When I bought my Charlotte, Stephanie seen Charlotte as a boy, and the baby was originally sold and dressed as a boy. And I was like, oh, okay, but he never really appealed to me. Once Charlotte was rephotographed and changed and dressed as a girl, well, heaven forbid I had to take her home. Because to me, she looked like a girl. So this is a unisex outfit. She could be boy or girl. And she'd come home with a soother, of course, and a blanket, which I haven't purchased. So inside her mouth is a magnet. And yeah, so I'm just going to hold her. Here she is. She feels so light because I haven't put the weight in her. But this is her. Her hair is all bedhead at the moment. Take this off her right now. So you have to remember that the magnets and stuff, if you have near anybody with a pacemaker, it's not a good idea. Oh, her hair is all sticking up. Anyway, she's got beautiful light hair. Her facial features, she's really light, as you can see. Back of her hair is light. She is a sweetheart. She's wearing this newborn outfit pretty good, I feel. I think it fits her pretty good. But if you're interested in her, I'll be listing her soon on my Facebook group, which is the same, Belinda's Babies. I love the feel of her hair. It's really soft. It's really soft. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. and a great evening, because it's evening for me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it didn't ramble on too much. But it is what it is. Don't forget that if you need to cuddle a baby, get a baby and cuddle the baby. And also, what I was going to say, today is the first day of the rest of your life. It is. It absolutely is. What you going to do about it? What you going to do? Are you going to wait and see what happens? Or are you going to make it happen? You got to make it happen. That's the only way things change. All right, guys. Bye.